Today, I'm gonna show you how to replace the belt on any LG dryer and how to do it fast. But more importantly, I'm gonna show you why it broke in the first place and how to make sure that it never happens to you again. And trust me, do not go spending $50 on a new belt. I'm gonna show you a much better option at the end of this video. So with all that being said, let's jump into the video. All right guys, so safety first, we want to unplug the dryer, and then we're gonna go to the back of the dryer where you will see these 3 screws, but we actually wanna take the screws underneath those 3 screws out. Now, you can use a Phillips head screwdriver. Here, I am just using a star head bit on my drill to make the process a little bit faster. Now, once you get those screws removed, you're gonna wanna lift the lid of the dryer upwards, and the first thing you're gonna notice is that this particular dryer has a water dispensing tray or inlet attached to it. Now, not all LG dryers will have this along with the control board on the side, but they all come apart the exact same way, more or less. So just get through this part of the video or skip ahead if yours does not have this configuration. But if you do have this configuration, then obviously you are going to want to disconnect all these Molex connectors by just compressing the tabs here and then pulling it towards you. Okay, now once you've done that, you can pull the water dispenser tray towards you and remove it. Now, like I said, if yours does not have this, do not worry. Everything else after this part comes apart pretty much the exact same way. Now, when removing this tray, make sure you lift up on that tab, and then what you're going to find are these 2 mounting screws underneath where you will also use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove them, or a drill, of course. Now, yes, the control board looks confusing, but just follow the wire harness here and you will be able to see the clips and wire harnesses that you have to disconnect. Be gentle when you're doing this, as you do not want to do any damage to the control board itself. It's usually only this white and red clip that have to be removed, at which point you lift the wire and press underneath firmly while pulling it towards you. It's the same thing with the red wire here. Press underneath very firmly and gently pull the wire harness towards you. Now, on any LG dryer, you're going to find 1 or 2 screws holding this plate together, and you'll want to remove one or both of them with your drill or your Phillips head screwdriver. And then from there, we can gently put our fingers behind the tab and pry it towards you until the board releases. Now, on some models, you're going to find this wire harness going across the back faceplate here, and it's pretty easy to get this off. As you can see, it is held in by these 2 plastic tabs. So what I do is use needle nose pliers, and I go to the front of the dryer and I just gently compress those tabs and push them through the back of the faceplate, just like you see here. Now, once you've got that wire harness out of the way, we're going to make our way to the actual front of the dryer where we remove these 3 Phillips screws that are binding the front of the dryer to the faceplate, as well as the bulkhead mounting bracket. Like most LG dryers, these are going to be held in by 3 star head screws, and then you'll open the door and remove these 2 star head screws that are binding the front of the dryer to the bulkhead mounting bracket. LG dryers are still my favorite dryers, but they do have a lot of damn screws. But this next part, we want to pull the door towards us, and then we are going to gently pry on this door switch wire harness. Now, be careful here because you can cut yourself. I've done it many times. Okay, so now what we want to do is remove the faceplate of the dryer, and this is held with 2 screws at the front, and then you will also have another 2 screws at the back here. And once you've removed those 2 screws, there's actually a 3rd screw that you have to remove right here. And this is kind of that center bar that runs up the middle of the dryer. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, how the hell am I going to get this back together? But I promise you guys, I'm going to walk you through the steps, so do not worry about that either. So once you've removed the screws, you can gently pull up on the faceplate and it will just slide right off the water dispenser. Now we're going to remove this big bulkhead mounting bracket, and there's 4 screws along the sides here, 2 on each side. But the very first thing we want to do is remove this light switch wire harness, and then we are going to go to the bottom of the right side of the dryer and we will disconnect this moisture sensor wire harness. Now you can go ahead and remove the 4 screws that are holding in the bulkhead mounting bracket. And just be mindful here that there may also be one under the lint trap here, so always check for that. Now, in order to lift this part off, we have to slide this water dispenser back a little bit, but first we have to disconnect this Phillips head screw at the back so we can actually move the whole housing back. Doing this is actually going to give us enough room to lift the bulkhead mounting bracket up and away from the dryer. Now, you may have to play around with it a little bit here, but I promise you it will come off. Now, you always want to check these roller wheels. They break all the time, and a lot of the time they're actually the cause of why your belt broke. Now, if you still have a belt, then you'll want to put your hands under the drum and you're gonna grab the pulley and push it all the way to your left side, where you will slip the belt off the right side of the pulley wheel. Like I said, if you do have a belt, you can slide it to the back of the drum, where you will use your hand to actually lift up on the belt and pull the entire drum away from the dryer chassis. All right, so we finally got to replacing the belt, but if your belt snapped, it almost never happens on its own. Of course, there's normal wear and tear, but belts usually break because usually something upstream has failed inside of the appliance. This could be something like a failing roller wheel or a pulley that is seized, and it can even be caused by you overloading your drum. So here's the problem. You can replace the belt, but it's pretty much like putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg. That's exactly why my team and I have built the full LG dryer repair kit, which replaces every main component inside of your dryer that could cause your belt to break in the first place. It's got your 4 roller wheels, it's got your belt, it has a new tensioner spring, and it even has the idler pulley. Now here's the crazy part. We wanted to make this feasible for our customers and our viewers, so the price of this entire kit right now is only $32.99 on Amazon.com. And the best part is we offer 2-day shipping, so you can guarantee that your dryer is gonna be up and running in the next 2 days. Now to put this into perspective for you, if you went to go and buy one of these rollers right now as an OEM part, you would pay over $50 for just one of these wheels. And the belt, well, the belt alone right now is gonna run you at $24.90 at the time of filming this video. And the crazy part about that is that still leaves the cause of the broken belt untouched. So if you wanna fix this dryer properly and guarantee that you're gonna get to the root cause, then go ahead and check out the kit for $32.99 right now on Amazon. Like I said, comes with everything you're gonna need to do the repair, and there's also an instructional video included on the inside. If you do just wanna grab the belt, I've also left a link for that in the description below. And with that being said, let's jump back into the repair tutorial of this video. All right guys, so if this kind of got in the way and is hanging off, you can honestly just clip it back into the side of the dryer here, and that will give you a little bit more room. Now we wanna look inside the dryer, just make sure everything here is working, the rollers are intact, they're spinning freely. Again, if these are worn down, the pulley is, it very well could be what is causing your belt to break, which is why we recommend just replacing the entire kit. Now when putting the belt back on, make note that there are 2 sides, the groove side and the flat side. It is very important that the groove side is always against the drum of the dryer. It should be touching the drum of the dryer. Once you've done that, the drum is going to sit on this lip inside of the dryer, and you can slide the belt back just a little bit. To get the belt back on the pulley, we want to put the belt around the right side of the pulley wheel, and then we will push the arm all the way to the left and hook the belt around the left side of the rotor shaft. It should make an S. If you've done this correctly, the belt will be very tight and you will not be able to get your finger underneath of it. Now we want to get the belt center with the line that was already there, and we do this by just gently turning the drum of the dryer, and you will see that it naturally lines up where it is supposed to be. Now getting the bulkhead mounting bracket onto the dryer is the most tedious part, but we want to take these tabs and line them up with the slots on the dryer. And I like to do this by lifting the drum of the dryer and putting the wheels from the bulkhead right underneath of it. And then I can just lift the whole drum up and hook in the bulkhead mounting bracket to the corresponding slots. It's a little tedious, but don't be shy to use a little bit of elbow grease. And then what we're gonna do is connect the light switch wire harness back. And then we will also go and connect that moisture sensor wire harness back together as well. Now I put this bulkhead mounting bracket on almost like a tire. I go from one bottom side and then I go directly across from it to the top right side. Then I will go to the bottom right side and from here to the top left side. Now we're going to take these slots on the faceplate and we're going to line them up with the slots here on the chassis of the dryer. They slide in there pretty easily. And then what I like to do is gently pull that water dispenser just through that faceplate a little bit before fastening down those 2 front screws that we took out earlier. The good news is the hardest part is out of the way, but once you got the 2 front ones in, we can go to the back and we are going to put back in those 3 screws we took out earlier, starting with the one on the left, then the one on the right, and then we will put back in that center bracket by lifting it over the tab here and screwing it in from the top. And of course, we can't forget our 1 screw here at the back that is going to hold everything in place. And from here, we can just pull the dispenser through that faceplate one more time, making sure the edge is sticking out just a little bit. Now we're gonna gently push those tabs back in to bind the wire harness to the faceplate of the dryer. And from here, what we can do is fish the door switch underneath this faceplate if you didn't already. Now we wanna take those 2 tabs on the bottom of the dryer and line them up with the grooves on the door of the dryer. and we can plug that door switch back in just like we did earlier and push it against the chassis of the dryer. Now we can put those 3 screws in that we took out earlier. Also, don't forget the ones in the door as well. But once you've done that, we can go ahead and grab the user control panel and push the wire harness back through the little slots here, at which point we will reconnect the wiring harnesses that we disconnected earlier. You also want to make sure when connecting the UI board back to the dryer, you hear it click into place, and then from here we can connect those wire harnesses that we disconnected earlier. Now remember to just trace out the wires. We only disconnected 2 of them, the red one here, and then of course the white one over on the right side. Make sure you hear them clip back into place before moving on to the next step. The same rule applies for the 3 wire harnesses on the other side of the dryer. We want to make sure that we hear them all click back into place before putting the top of the dryer back on. Once connected, we can go to the front of the dryer and put back in those 2 faceplate screws that connect to the water dispenser. And from here, we can grab the actual tray and slide it back in. Again, lift that tab up and over the lip to slide it back all the way. Now put back in that screw you removed earlier, and then you can put the top of the dryer back on. This also takes a little bit of work sometimes, but it will naturally fall into place, at which point you can put these 3 screws back in that you removed earlier. As always, don't forget to plug your dryer back in or turn your power back on. I have seen it a few times where people forget to do this, and just like that, you should have a working, spinning, quiet dryer all over again. But if your dryer is still making noise, be sure to check out our other videos on LG dryers on this channel. All right guys, so congratulations on making your way through the entire video. Hopefully by now you have a good idea of what has caused your belt to break and a good idea on what you have to do next to repair it. Like I said earlier, if you want to fix the dryer in one shot, feel free to check out the kit that my team and I have manufactured for this particular problem. And if you just need the belt, like mentioned earlier, that will also be in the description below. But until then guys, I want to say good job on repairing your appliance, and we will see you in the next video.